Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Corner Booth pregame.
Hey, this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause they sold. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the Glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation. Like,
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Corner Booth pregame. I'm your host, Jared Clem, alongside our merry cast of characters. It is obviously December. It is Christmas season. I am very excited. I know everyone is as well. It's our first December show. Well, at least our first December pregame. Obviously, we've got the Solo Cup donned Christmas tree. That, as Matt can remember, this was in my dorm room for senior and junior year. So, good blast from the past there. I am your host, Mr. Jerry Clem, alongside everyone else. We got a big show for this weekend. It's the biggest weekend in college football, obviously. Conference championship games. Also, I have aptly named this episode, and my name for this week is the CFP committee are clowns, because they are. Alabama does not deserve to be in the playoff. I do not care what you say. It's a joke. It is bewildering to me that after they had 12 teams and the committee still finds a way to beat assholes. That's the best way I can summarize it. So, without further ado, these guys aren't assholes. They're great people. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, diehard Yankee and Jets fan, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ordazzo.
Oh, what's going on, guys? I changed my name to Juan Soto will be a Yankee, as his decision is, it's not set in stone that it's going to
Winter
happen
meetings.
this weekend.
They were gonna figure it out.
They were saying that it could come before the winter meetings. So hope between now and maybe December 8th, December 12th, Monday, hopefully I'll take it. But just waiting for the days where I hopefully get that notification that Juan Soto has signed with the Yankees.
There you go.
Hopefully.
I'm waiting for Christian Walker to stay with the Diamondbacks. And for Paul Goldschmidt to make his return, because I got to unearth both of my Paul Goldschmidt shirts out of my closet.
Nice.
Dude, if Paulie G comes back, Matt, you're gonna have to do like a wellness check on me, because I might be like drunk on a roof somewhere and on a bar just celebrating, because that trade broke my heart. That trade legit hurt me, because Goldschmidt was the heart and soul of those teams I had in college and high school. The post Justin Upton pre-new era D-backs, and it just broke my heart watching him leave. Christian Walker was kind of a really cool way to balance it out, but dude, we were terrible from about 2019 through 2022. So it was a rough couple of years, but Goldschmidt was kind of like, it kind of sucked watching him kind of his career kind of hit peak and then drop off in a Cardinals uniform of all teams. I will say this. Right? I'm sorry?
He's first base, right?
Yeah. But most likely if we get our way and get Christian Walker back, which is still a possibility, they would use him like we used Randall Grichuk as a righty DH, backup first baseman kind of deal. Because I don't know who's our third baseman.
Yeah,
Gino Suarez, who had 31 home runs and 110 RBIs. So
So you don't need.
We're not getting rid of Gino.
Okay.
Gino was like the best hitter in baseball in the month of August. Like, I'm not like new.
So DH, backup first baseman, DH. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, you know what's so funny? Aram over at Just Baseball Talk kind of brought it up, and he was like, I don't want to change anything with this Diamondbacks offense. I'm like, I don't either. I know I would love to get Jock back, but I don't know if we're doing it. I mean, Cliff, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The Hurricanes got snubbed. The U. It's and this isn't even fan bias here. Alabama, 2 of their losses were to 6-6 teams. Miami's 2 losses were to 7-4 and 8-3 teams. And both those teams are going to bowl games, and both those teams are going to be ranked as of next week. Whereas with Oklahoma, they're not ranked. Neither is Vandy, but the SEC bias reigns supreme. Also, Miami is the arguably second best offensive player in the country behind Ashton Genty and Cam Ward. The best quarterback in the country, bar none. I don't care what stupid award they gave to Shedeur Sanders. It was a freaking sham of a joke. The entire college football season the last 3 weeks has been an absolute travesty. Between the awards, the selection committee, I have just been so disappointed. One of my favorite things, which is, see, I love this kid already. My friend, stop by our Christmas show in about 3 weeks. We're giving away gift cards. I hope you get one. By the way, Christmas show will be the Thursday before Christmas. Or we we don't want to do it the 23rd. I give you guys usually the week off.
Yeah, I won't be around on the 23rd.
Yeah. I'll give you guys the week off anyway. So no. See?
Yeah, somebody
I kind of want to throw this guy like a $10 gift card anyway. But yeah. So there's the announcement, boys and girls. So the Thursday before Christmas, I believe that is the 19th or 18th. Nate, if you could check on that for us. I believe it's the 18th is the Thursday before Christmas. Yeah. It's the 18th. The 18th is the Corner Booth Christmas party. A lot of different guests. We always do a draw where this year we're gonna all chip in. We're gonna give away 2 gift cards this year, $25 a piece. Maybe we'll do some for third place. I haven't decided yet. Me, Matt, and Nate and Chris can kind of figure that out. Basically, we all throw in to give our listeners and our participators in the chat a gift card. We announce it for the I believe it's the bowl game show, which is the week after Christmas. I believe. Wait, it's Christmas Day, so it'll be the 26th. Will be the day we announce it. So 26th we'll be back. We'll do the show that day, and I believe because the 26th is the Thursday, right? Yeah, because Wednesday, Christmas Day. Yeah, okay. Because Chiefs and Ravens is on Chiefs, whatever the hell, the Christmas Day game is on a Wednesday, I remember. So it's the 25th. Yeah, so there you go. So the Thursday, the 26th, we will announce who won the gift cards, and we will send those out promptly. If the person does not respond to our message in 24 hours, we move on to the next person down the list. Those rules have always applied. But, yeah, Corner Booth Christmas Party, December 18th. Official details will be on the Instagram as of Monday, I believe. But I was feeling very Christmas spirity today. Before again, that our producer, I don't know if he's gonna hang in the whole show for the whole time, but Big Bad Nate, what up, buddy?
Hello.
I love his banner.
Hello.
Signed somebody.
We signed somebody, man. Fudge yeah. Luis Severino's my new. No, because I like Nola.
Sebby? Okay.
I like Nola. I like Wheeler. But Sebby's number 3.
Have turned into the Cleveland Browns. They get a bunch of washed up East Coast talent. I like it.
Well, he is our ace.
Damn it, I was muted. Jared, you want to hear this?
Really shitty, man. But Jared, listen, I'm happy for you because your guys are making moves.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin this for anybody in this room. Nate, Jared, you want to hear something?
Yes, sir.
Luis Severino's contract that he was just given from the Athletics is the largest guaranteed contract that the A's have ever distributed to a player in franchise history. Let that sink in. Luis Severino, who is nothing more than a 4-man rotational kind of guy, like a number 4 rotational guy.
He'd be the 5th starter in Arizona right now.
He would probably be the 5th starter in a lot of places. He wouldn't even be in the rotation on the Yankees anymore. Not trying to discredit him. I love Severino.
He'd probably be the 5th. Listen, the back end of your rotation, Maddie, the back end of your rotation is terrible. That's why he's lost the World Series.
I mean, I'll take him over Nestor Cortez after this past year, but
Nasty Nestor needs to go back to his
Clark Schmidt is starting over him. Well, actually, you make a good point because Stroman sucked too. Anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, where is he pulling these aces? Did he already prematurely sign up? I think he's getting his rotation confused the Dodgers for a second.
So my theory with this is that Severino does have an opt-out after year 2, but my theory with this is that the A's being the A's, if he is a top 15, 20 pitcher in the league, I could see him being a big deadline trade for like a Cleveland team in the for the postseason.
Or, Arizona.
Oh, don't say that. I was gonna get his jersey, man.
Don't Nathan, get somebody they drafted. You learned or get the blank jersey in the back. That's what I do.
Well, see, you know what, Nate? Go for Jose
Upton, I lost Goldschmidt afterward. I just started just buying the blank back jersey.
Nate, get McGuire, get Jose Canseco, get Henderson, because anybody you get, there's probably not going to be there in the next 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, like Mason Miller was going to be a Diamondback, but
no,
if he didn't get hurt, he was going to be gone.
Yeah, he was going to be traded. Like I think that's why Arizona didn't make a move because I think they thought they were going to get Mason Miller.
No,
Nate, I wouldn't be surprised if
until you guys get. I have to tell you something unfortunate. Until you change ownership or you start winning enough games where they have to pay attention, you guys are going to be shipping out talent. Because I was in the same building 2 years ago. I know exactly how you're feeling. Except you're a small market team.
Yeah,
my team has the large market capacity, but they're cheap. But now they have the 8th highest payroll in baseball, so they kind of can't be cheap anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brent Rooker wasn't on this team next year.
Yeah,
he can hit for sure.
They were already talking about him getting dealt before the season even started.
The A's could be really good if they
try to reach out to the A's for prospects. We'll talk more baseball obviously next week. The winter meeting starting next week, but and also the Juan Soto news should pop off hopefully this week. That'd be great. Because I would love anybody but the Dodgers or Giants. That is all I care about.
Wait, what's wrong with the Giants?
I'm a Diamondbacks fan. I hate the Giants.
Yeah, but they don't really sign anyone though.
Doesn't matter. I don't want them succeeding at anything. I hate their fan base. I hate their team.
The ballpark's nice.
Yeah, so is Jerry World. Not really.
I think it's going to be at Mets or Yankees.
Yeah, I have a feeling Mets, Yankees. Do you want to throw me a wild card in there? Give me like Boston to throw in like a absurd amount of money for no reason.
I have a theory as to why I don't think that'll happen. So Juan Soto
doesn't want to spend money on baseball anymore.
No, not that. But Juan Soto wherever Juan Soto is going to go, he's probably going to opt out after 3 or 4 years. But he's going to want to win in those 3 or 4 years. The Red Sox have
Arizona.
The Red Sox
we have the payroll.
They let Bradley walk. They let Bogarts walk. They let Betts walk. I mean, you've already have proof that they don't pay or sign players. I mean, if Juan Soto goes to that team, does that make them a World Series contender? I don't believe so.
No, it makes them a wild card team.
Yeah, but they'll get into the playoffs. But I don't see them winning. They have Lucas Giolito and Tanner Houck. They don't have a bullpen. They don't have the
Arizona. He goes to Arizona. We're the best team in the National League tomorrow.
He could take all of that money to go to Boston, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to win in 3 or 4 years, even with him. And he's just going to opt out at 30 without a ring. And I just think he's going to want to win. So that's why I say Mets or Yankees, because Mets went pretty far when they weren't supposed to. And he already got there at the Yankees.
Yeah, I say Mets, Yankees, and there's going to be one. I'm not saying, listen, this is me not saying the Diamondbacks, but there's going to be some random team nobody thinks of is going to be like a contender. But like, listen, we didn't. Matt, I got the update from the timestamp, the post from the past or what the hell is from Facebook, and it was you tagging me saying the Diamondbacks just landed Greinke. This is back, by the way, when Zach Greinke was at like the height of his powers, and everyone's just like, wait, who signed him?
This 2013 or 14 around that time frame?
2015. It was 15? Christmas 2015. I remember we were juniors in college.
Yeah, that was big. And I mean, it worked half and half, right? It was.
Yeah, I mean, listen, 2016 and 2017 seasons, he was great. 2018, he got shelled. 2019, we traded him to Houston. So 2017 was the height of his powers. Him and Robbie Ray were like the best 1-2 punch I'd ever seen in a Diamondback universe since RJ and Kurt Schilling. See, because everyone talks about like 2007 year. That team made no sense. The fact that we won almost 100 games made no sense. Even as a middle school kid, I'm like, how are we this good at baseball? Our best offensive player is Chris Young or Mark Reynolds, who literally strikes out 1,000 times a season.
Did you guys have the Upton twins too?
No, we only had Justin. He was a rookie in 07. Justin was at the height of his powers in 2011. That was when he was hitting 485-foot bombs, broke Jason Isringhausen's leg all over the line drive. It was against the Mets. No, it was Jason Marquis. He literally was pitching for the Mets. He took He threw a slider down the pipe, and Upton hit it so hard it hit his leg and shattered it on the mound. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. Justin Upton is the other player. Like, if Justin Upton came back to the Diamondbacks, I would actually start crying. Because that trade killed me because I was in high school. My high school girlfriend just bought me this like really sick Justin Upton All-Star Diamondbacks jersey. Literally that same offseason he gets traded. I was brokenhearted. I was like, are you kidding me right now? But yeah, the Diamondbacks under their old regime used to just break the fans' hearts every year. The only player I get is either Corbin Carroll or this handsome gentleman right here, Mr. Ketel Marte.
I have a road Yankees jersey, number 18, no name on the back, because I never buy a jersey with the name on the back because that's not what the Yankees roll, and I don't understand why people do it. But it's been a Johnny Damon. Yeah, it was a Johnny Damon. Then it became I think it was I don't know, it might have been a Tony Womack was before Damon, I think.
Womack was before Damon because Womack came over from Arizona.
It was a Womack jersey. Then it became a Damon. And then it was Tanaka. And it was a Gregorius. No, it wasn't Tanaka. Tanaka was 19. It was Hiroki Kuroda. Then it was Gregorius. And now I'm waiting for somebody relevant.
Nate, he's mixing up your cousins again.
You know what? I don't blame you, man. It's sometimes hard to tell us apart sometimes, man. We all have the eyes like this. So
is it really bad? I was watching a TV show today, and there's a guy on the show who had his last name was spelled exactly like yours, and he actually pronounced it correctly, and I was just like, oh, that's how you pronounce it. Spelled exactly the same.
How do you pronounce it, boss?
You win.
Nice job.
Chris gave us his picks and then goes, I am Mick Hammered.
Can't touch this.
Chris may end up being like a part of like the next GTA game because he's gonna end up on some police scanner in Florida. Somebody let that man loose in literally if GTA was a state.
Today's Thursday, so he's in Epcot, I think. That makes sense.
Drinking around the world. Here we
go. He's gonna wake up with a $350 credit card bill.
I'm calling at least $400. But we're gonna text him in the morning. We'll post in the show how high Chris' credit card bill was. I'm calling at least $400. Easy tonight. $400 easy.
Ooh, his upset is Army over Tulane. Speaking of Army.
Yeah, there you go. Man, I don't like any. There's no upsets in college football this week. Chris took the only upset.
Smart man.
We all got to pull NFL picks this week, which is gonna be a nightmare.
So all three of us are gonna pick the Rams as an upset.
Oh no! Only one of us can. But like, there's other ones. Like, you could easily, if you want to be ballsy and take Panthers over the Eagles, if you want to do something stupid.
Yeah.
Or you could do what I might do is I might take the Giants at home to knock off the Saints.
Yeah, that is.
You also have the Browns on the road. Falcons on the road. No, Falcons don't count. Raiders on the road does count.
God, this is gonna be. Oh God, fuck NFL.
This is the week we're all gonna shoot ourselves in the foot. This is the week.
Even Miami's only 5.5 as a favorite.
I know. Oh man, you dropped out. My bad. Yeah, no, this week is gonna be absolutely insane. I like this is. Maddie, I remember this is the week last year where like I was only behind you by like 1 or 2 points, and this is the week I got screwed.
Dude, there's not many upset opportunities in NFL either. There's a handful. Oh man. Bravo, Chris.
No, not bravo, Chris. He took the cheap shot. By the way, Tulane can still beat him.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think Army's gonna win, but
yeah. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
My God, the Panthers are underdogs by 12.5. I think the way that Bryce Young is playing, I think he could make it a respectful loss.
Either that or the Eagles are just going to absolutely kick the piss out of him.
Yeah, there's no. It's either they cover or they get, like you said.
We also have Western Kentucky versus Jacksonville State. That one is Jacksonville State -5.5 at home. We have Miami, Ohio versus Ohio. That's only -2. We have Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns versus Marshall. Louisiana is a 6-point home favorite, so that counts as an upset too. So there are other college football upsets. It's not just the ranked ones, but yeah, no. Chris kind of boxed us here. So one of us is gonna let's see if one of us is ballsy enough to take the Rams.
I mean, it's easy, but I just don't. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll get to it once DJ gets here. But Mr. McCarthy, shout out. Yeah, no, I remember we were talking about baseball for the last 20 minutes. We move over to
Talk about that golden at bat rule quick.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
You ever heard of it or not yet?
No.
All right. It'll be really quick. So Rob Manfred has talked about implementing this rule in the MLB, which is stupid, by the way. So at any point in time in any regular season game, you can do this one time per game. You can pretty much take somebody out of the batting rotation and example, let's just say the Yankees, it's the bottom of the ninth and they're down by 1 and there's 2 outs. And what is supposed to be the ninth man coming to the plate, Jose Trevino, they take him out of that spot and they put Judge in to hit. But Judge stays in the lineup. I don't know if he bats again at 3, but they can take anybody in the lineup
they
and
might
put them up
swap
to
it.
bat
Like
at any point in time.
but you have to put the number 9 hitter, whoever it's
Yeah,
going to be.
that could be it. But at one point in one game, each game, one time in the game.
That's so stupid. It takes all the strategy out of baseball.
Yeah.
I hate that.
You can, at any point in time, the Yankees could be like, you know what, for this one time today, we're going to make Juan Soto go up to bat at the 6th hole instead of the 2 hole because we need to get a run or something.
Yeah,
that would be the golden
That
rule.
is the singular dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Listen, all that does is it takes away the whole point of having pitch hitters.
Yeah.
Seriously, it takes half of the fun. Like one of the biggest games of the year, I remember, I think the Diamondbacks were down against, I believe this was when they were trying to get back in the wild card race. And they were down and they had to go up again. I think they needed something. They put Jock Peterson in as a pitch hitter, hits a 390-foot moonshot over the right field bleachers that opens the game up. We started scoring after we got back in the game. We won. So that basically says, oh, no, we're just going to put Corbin Carroll back up again. That just is stupid to me. I find that rule dumb. I think it literally takes the strategy out of baseball. Rob Manfred is a moron. I reiterate what I've always said.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
My questions would be if, let's just say Juan Soto, you got the number 1 guy up to bat, and you're like, I'm going to switch Juan Soto and bring him from 2 to 1. He's going to go bat right now. If he strikes out, does he stay in the game and just hit again at the 2nd hole, or do we swap? Like, how does that work with the lineup in the spot? I think it's stupid. Like you said, it takes away the pinch hitter thing. They've already messed with the whole DH thing, making that universal, which doesn't bother me because I'm an American League fan. But it's just so many different things that they are doing to just kind of like screw with the game that really doesn't have anything wrong with it. Like, I love the pitch clock. Love the pitch clock. But I hate the man on second in extra innings.
All right, so I got a fantasy question for you, gentlemen.
Yes, let's hear it.
I can't ask DJ because he's in last place in both leagues I'm in with him. I'm playing my cousin this week. She has Josh Jacobs, Jalen Hurts, JSN, and George Pickens, Jerry Judy. She has a good team.
Okay.
This is the one who refused to trade me Hurts. Even I made her some deals that honestly would have killed my roster if I made them, but she refused because she knew it would be holding power over me. She's got problems. Anyway, I think there's a little anti-Jared vibes in this league. Anyway, so for my last receiving slot, I have 2 options. I have 3 options. I have Darnell Mooney, Jamison Williams, or Jawan Jennings. Because my other slot, I have Devontae Smith, and then I also have Mike Evans and Amon-Ra St. Brown. My running backs are Bucky and Aaron Jones. Because I'm getting murdered by bye weeks this week. My quarterback's Geno Smith. because my two other quarterbacks, CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson, are both on bye. And so is Jonathan Taylor. I'm getting murdered by buys this week. And the fact is the first round of the playoffs, and I need to win. So, but I do have the rocket ship. Shout out to Brock Bowers.
My playoffs start next week.
See, I started them early in this league because I wanted to avoid what happened to me 5 years ago when we did this. I lost Todd the day Todd Gurley had the injury. I had Todd Gurley in the starting lineup against Green Bay, and they pulled him, and I couldn't put anybody in, so I lost the championship. I was so mad. So I've learned my lesson since then. Anyway, so that is my predicament. So Nate, Matt, if you guys want to fill in here, Mooney, Jennings, Jameson Williams. Who starts?
I don't like Jennings only because there's just so many injuries on the Niners, especially with Purdy with his throwing arm, I believe it is. I just don't feel confident starting a Niner offensive player right now unless you're Christian McCaffrey or maybe even George Kittle, just because he still gets the ball to him.
Yeah.
Mooney has been quiet lately, but I think I've been starting him too. I think he's due for a bounce back, and I like his matchup with Minnesota's secondary. I mean, they got a nice pass rush, but if you could just get the ball out of your hands, it's really anything goes. I would do Williams and or Mooney, but I need to do some quick research.
Stacking Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra in the same lineup.
Mooney.
You know what's gonna kill me?
I don't like stacking.
I'm gonna play Mooney, and Jameson Williams is gonna absolutely butcher the Packers.
I don't like stacking. Like, I don't mind.
I've done it all year in my league that I'm 10-2 with DK and JSN. But then again, Geno Smith distributes the ball like crazy. I'm gonna look right now what Jameson did against the Packers a couple weeks ago. Also, I have Javonte Williams and Brian Robinson on my bench too. I'm getting absolutely murdered this week in bye weeks.
He put up 0 against the Packers at week 9 because he was in that suspension period. I'm in a situation because I have Lad McConkey.
Let's hear Nate's quick, and then we'll go to yours.
Oh.
Nate, JMO, Mooney, or Juwan Jennings for that last wide receiver spot. I'm already starting. I'm on Rod, Devontae, and Mike Evans.
Juwan, no. That offense is just a mess.
From a Giants fan, that's really scary.
I know, right? Shoot. JMO is a great option for sure. Mooney has been pretty dependable. I know the Falcons have kind of struggled offensively, but I don't think we should expect a bad performance on Cousins like he did last week. And I think they play what would the Falcons play again? They play the
Vikings.
They play the Vikings.
Number 4 defense in the league or number 5 defense?
Yeah, that's true, Minnesota. I mean, it is a revenge game, so put that in. I know Vikings defense is good.
Is it in Atlanta or is it Minnesota?
It is in
Minnesota.
Hey, return home. I don't know.
I don't like any of this.
When you have
it
a
could
game
have been
like
anybody else in the league, but it has to be this cousin. Also, I have a weird sneaky theory that she and her boyfriend helped her little brother soup up his team to play me last week just to knock me out of the playoffs. Because he had made him. He's basically the taco of our league. He stopped making moves like 8 weeks ago. Like Stephon Diggs was still in the starting lineup. And like I think he had like Isaiah Pacheco was still in his lineup or whatever. Like there was a bunch of injuries. And he just was taking losses every week. And then he all of a sudden makes 15 moves on Thanksgiving Day. And I'm like, what's happening?
I will say, looking at the stats, so in the last 4 weeks since Jameson Williams has returned from suspension, he has in total about 25 targets, so he's averaging roughly 6 point something targets per game. And his projections right now are 3.5 receptions for 52.5 yards. So you're banking on maybe like
a big play, basically.
Maybe like 8
Boston one.
You're banking on 8 points and hoping to get a touchdown.
I guess I'll stay with Mooney. he's let me down the last 3 weeks in a row, and I'm like not liking it at all. Honestly, if I had my run,
No, I feel you.
Unless I can find a decent running back in the waivers. Tank, no. Tajay, no. Charbonnet, no. Singletary, no. Algier, no. Brooks, no. Aker, Jesus. Any good tight ends?
I just had to pick up Josh Palmer because I'm starting Lad McConkey, but he's questionable, leaning towards maybe not playing. So I had to pick up Josh Palmer just in case.
And the only other options I have in receiver free agency are Elijah Moore and Quentin Johnston. So I guess I'm going with Mooney. Darnell, I pray you have the best game of your life, and this earns you an extension. I would love that. But yeah, so there you go. Matt, what is your fantasy question for me and Nate before DJ hops in?
So in one of my money leagues, I'm 7-6. Playoffs are probably on the line. I have one quarterback play to make. I have 3 options. None of them are favorable. So I have Justin Herbert against Kansas City. The problem is the last time Justin Herbert played Kansas City, he scored 11 fantasy points. I have Geno Smith against Arizona. The issue with that is that they played not recently. Geno only scored 12 points.
Still better.
This is in Arizona.
Last week.
It's in Arizona. And then currently in my starting lineup is Caleb Williams against San Francisco. Now, Caleb Williams has been very good the last couple of weeks fantasy-wise. He's been putting up 20-something points. He's got 5 or 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. San Francisco's banged up. Offense is banged up. Maybe the Bears see the field a little more. It's a risk. So at this moment, Caleb's in. I don't want to start Justin Herbert, so it's pretty much between Geno and Caleb.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got to start Geno because I'm down. But, okay, so we'll bring DJ in, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, join us now, co-host of Hilo Sports, the Neuralink of Belly Sports, a football nerd just like myself and Matt, and pretty avid collector of cups. Ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Renfro Stunt Double and Lego Master, DJ Stewart.
I don't know if I agree with the one thing that you said and that would Juan Soto being a Yankee. I think he's leaving you, Matt. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. But
why can't I have somebody?
I don't know where he's gonna go, but I'm speaking this into it. Yankees have had enough. They can't keep getting away.
No, the Dodgers can't keep getting away with this. The Blake Snell signing drives me nuts. They literally deferred his entire contract.
I'm not arguing with that either. I didn't want Soto's going there. I'm cutting him off from the coastlines. He doesn't get access to ocean. I'm sorry. He's got to pick somewhere between the oceans.
Goes to Arizona.
Between the oceans and not that close to the borders. There's got to be somewhere.
Jeez. DJ, you are echoing like a mother effer right now. All right, we'll let DJ figure out technical issues. So, Maddie, I'll throw one more at you because honestly, I think you're disagreeing with me on this quarterback thing. I have Geno, but the available quarterbacks in my free agency class are Caleb, Russ, Jameis, and that's it.
Jameis.
Do I take a shot with Jameis against
famous Jameis?
It's against Pittsburgh, though.
What did he do last time against Pittsburgh? He ran the ball in for a touchdown and threw for one. He threw 6 touchdowns on Monday. 2 of them may have been to Denver, but he threw 6 touchdowns.
All right, you know what? It's either Geno or JMO. Geno, I love you, dog. Geno, I love you, dog. But you know what? We're going with Captain Crazy. We're going with Mr. LASIK.
Geno's nice, but Arizona's defense is weirdly decent. Like they've weirdly not.
Yeah, because they got your boy freaking Cannon out there, who's just he is a psycho. He is a terrible DC until he's the head coach. He was awful in everything.
Let's get that straight real quick there, sir. You watch your tone of voice now. You do not speak to a guest like that.
My worry with Geno is the last time he played Pittsburgh, he had 219 yards, no touchdowns. He scored 13 fantasy points. Now he plays them again, but they are in Pittsburgh this time.
Last time it was a winter storm from hell as well.
That's fair.
That's because
now it's an enemy territory
on your team and was going against me. That's why.
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, then my question to you, DJ, would be Geno Smith against Arizona's defense and or Caleb Williams against San Francisco.
San Francisco's defense kind of stinks. As sacrilegious as that feels to say, they kind of stink. So I wouldn't hate taking the shot with Caleb Williams at this point. He's has
also available in that league too.
Like might be worth taking a shot on it.
Who is San
Because
Francisco?
I lost.
played good
I don't
defense?
have AR this week, and I don't have Stroud. So I'm basically like I had to go pick up a quarterback.
Caleb and Jameis are both available. That's kind of a nice embarrassment of riches. Those guys
Also
are both-
Herbert, but I just dropped Herbert because he dropped me 8 points last week. I wanted to throw Jim Harbaugh's head through a wall and then burn his khakis.
we all want to burn those khakis. I think Justin Herbert's been awesome, and he has those weeks. It's just where he's awesome. It's just there's some weeks
Dude,
where the
he
ball's
almost
just not
cost me
hands
out of
enough.
the playoffs.
It's
I was irate.
And like I took him for a couple of weeks in one league, and he got me like 25 points each week. But that offense, it's a dangerous ride.
Yeah, I can't.
So I say Jameis because that's going to be fun, and that's a lot more of a Jared type quarterback is to have Jameis than Caleb Williams. So for no other reason, you got to do it for the brand.
Yeah, because honestly, if I go on a roll and Jameis keeps chucking darts, I may start him all the way through the playoffs, and I'll change my name to Eaton W's. I don't care. Like that would be like, or Eaton W's stealing crab legs. Like that's my team name.
And the irony's not lost to me that it's a Florida State guy that'd be leading your team too. So there's a fun
You know
irony.
what the worst part is? Florida State, as much as I hate them, they're slowly falling down my list because I almost kind of pity them this year. Like it fell apart, but they've released some of the greatest comedians of football. Dion, Jalen Ramsey, J-Mo. They had a bunch of Eagles players. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever heard Ronald Darby talk. He's a South Mississippi or wherever the hell he's from, boy. You hear that accent hardcore with a high-pitched voice, almost like Vontae Davis back in the day, Colts legend. So, like, I love Florida State just releases some characters into the league, man. It's fun to listen to them.
You got to be a character to live for 4 years in Tallahassee. Like you got.
Hey, listen, Tallahassee has a reputation.
And if you want to live for it and get out of there, you got to deal with some ish. Like you got to be a certain type of breed for that.
Yeah, their mascot isn't actually a Seminole; it's Birch Kreischer with an Indian headdress and a spear.
Well, I'm leaving now after getting that mental image in my head now, so I'm done here. I have overstayed my welcome.
All right,
hi DJ.
Hi Nate.
How you doing?
I would do better if the A's signed somebody.
We sure did.
Who they signed?
Luis Severino, man.
All right,
they gave him the largest guaranteed contract in A's history.
3 years, $67 million. I cannot wait to see
that. Is more than Zach Galen's getting paid per year, and that makes me laugh my ass.
He's our new
first
ace.
sporting event I ever went to was an A's game back in the day too. So there's always a soft spot for the A's.
You don't say.
When they had Eric Chavez, Miguel Tejada, and they actually had some dogs on the team.
Chavez.
Back when Barry Zito was throwing strikes, not home runs.
Times were good back then.
And
congrats on your Colts, by the way. Being the Patriots. Congrats.
We don't congratulate that one. It should not.
No, that was basically like, how did you almost blow that?
That was thank you, Anthony Richardson, for putting the team on your back when it counted.
Like, scratching. So boys, today's interesting beer. I'm kind of sad Chris isn't here for this. It's called Ambrosia Salad, like Ambrosia, Wandering the Fog. So it's a double dry hopped double IPA with pineapple, orange, cherry, coconut, and marshmallow. It actually slaps. It is so good. I was blown away by it. And it is 9.1%.
Too many, and you have to regurgitate. That sounds real dangerous if that ends up being the case.
I had one last night while I was playing NCAA and taking out my frustration on the committee against Clemson and Kennesaw State.
That's fair.
Loki Ambrosia salad is amazing.
No, it's called Ambrosia Salad Wandering through the Fog. Those same dudes who made the ice cream sandwich IPA that I brought on a few weeks ago, same guys. They make some wild shit. Shout out to Abomination Brewing in East Haven.
For some reason, when I looked up Ambrosia on the gift bar,
stripper from the league.
No, I got like sharks eating people. I didn't know. I don't know what Ambrosias and Great Whites have in common.
Well, I got one right here. You could ask him. Hold on.
Dude.
Ask Brucey. What's the problem? Me and Nate were making jokes pre-show that I look like a dollar store M&M fan. So, but it's also like it's weirdly cold in my house. We had a snowstorm in Connecticut last night, so got a nice 4.5 inches up here. Maddie, did you get anything down by you?
Just slush.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I had my work canceled I was helping my buddy with a project, so it's not really work, but he goes, yeah, I can't do anything in my house until Monday because of the snow. I'm like, well, okay, I'll sleep in then. Thanks, dude. His wife needs a patio finish. I'm like, who lays a patio when the ground's frozen?
We got no
All right.
snow. It's just cold.
I do love snow though. It was honestly, I felt honestly really cool this morning listening to one of the Eagles Lyman Christmas albums, Shovel My Driveway. By the way, Jordan Mailata is one of the best singers I've ever seen.
He's no Victor
Unbelievable.
Oladipo, but he's not far behind.
Dude, and then who is it? I heard him. He's pretty good. Lane Johnson's okay. Really super deep voice, so it throws you off a little bit. Jason Kelsey, I can't unhear him singing it, but I heard they have a song in their new one that just came out like the end of November. It's Travis Kelsey and Boyz II Men singing a song. It's honestly, Travis actually does okay. I think Taylor gave him some singing lessons. I was like a little surprised. I'm like, okay, Trav.
Singing lessons with his background of culture. It's a perfect mix. It's a perfect mix for Boyz II Men. Like that is perfect for Trav. When it's
it honestly worked pretty well. I've listened to half the album so far. Jason's song he does with Stevie Nicks actually is really good. But my favorite is the song he does with Eagles fans, Mount Joy. I guess they're an alternative band. Kind of folky.
Interesting.
Very good. It's called Santa Drives an Astro Van. I was like, this is awesome.
It's better than This Is Our Colts guy, so that's a positive. Matt's favorite artist. Top of his Spotify Wrapped.
All right. Well, you gentlemen are ready to get the six-pack ranking. I already cracked my beer. I'm not cracking a Guinness like an idiot before I drink it. Whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the six-pack presented by SeatGeek. Promo code Blaze Sports for $20 off your first initial purchase. So we're kicking it off in the SEC championship game. Georgia, Texas. These two teams played in October. We know that game finished. Give me Georgia. I'm with it. Honestly, at this point, I'm just up for just a good old-fashioned butt whooping. I'm rooting for chaos at this point because my hatred of the CFB committee, I want their heads to explode. Not in a evil sort of way, but to the fact that where they all go home and basically their brains can't function for a couple months as payback for them screwing Miami for no reason other than SEC bias. Alabama does not deserve to be in, and anybody who says otherwise is biased or an actual Alabama fan. Or Paul Feinbaum's dumbass, but that's a whole other story. But then again, I haven't respected Paul Feinbaum's opinion since I was about 15. But I'm going with Georgia. That pass rush is absolutely incredible, and I'm not going to lie. Carson Beck has been playing very well since I called him only useful to date a Cavender twin. Still better than Jalen Milroe. Hear that, Nate? You guys are getting Jalen Milroe instead of Carson Beck. This is the Nate Future Quarterback Bowl. Carson Beck.
I'm gonna stick with the favorite here. I'm gonna take Texas. I don't know. Georgia dropping the ranks down to 7. Georgia Tech took them to the eighth overtime.
Georgia Tech's a good team. Everyone forgets that. They had a couple injuries that kind of cost them some games earlier in the year.
Good team, but Georgia should have stomped them. I don't know. Those too close.
I think the SEC difference doesn't exist anymore. The ACC, the SEC, and 90% of the Big Ten are all in the same docket. Then there's the Big 12. Then there's those 3 little Big Ten teams at the top.
Shout out
DJ,
Texas.
DJ?
Yeah, if it depends who's playing. If Quinn Ewers is starting, I'm a little more reluctant. Might be going Georgia, but if he is banged up and they do bring out Arch right away, I'm going to take Texas and to cover. So we'll take Texas just for the fun of it because I do think we're going to see Arch in this game. And I think his ability to move is going to make a bigger difference on this one because we've seen for some reason a Manning is suddenly able to turn on the Jets and has a lot more culture than half the other players on the team. So I'll take Texas.
Chris is sticking with his fellow degenerate gambler. He's taking Georgia. Nathan, good sir, who are you taking, Georgia or Texas? All right. Nate's taking the horns.
Nate's just doing like the rock on.
Yeah, rock on, brother.
Rock on, man.
All right. Speaking of those one of the two of those three Big Ten teams that are just kind of a notch above. Oregon taking on Penn State. Chrissy took Oregon. I will follow suit. Dylan Gabriel has these boys rolling. Their only game they only had 2 games that looked really close. 3. They had, I believe that was Purdue. No, it wasn't Purdue. It was Purdue they blew out. It was Ohio State. Boise State, and then there was one recently that was it Nebraska? No, who they played at the limit? It was like a 15-10 was the final score. It was the most Big Ten.
Washington was kind of awkwardly close, and they played Idaho early in the year. That was also weirdly close.
Yeah, I feel like this is the team that's kind of just figured out ways to just get their shit together. I'm going to take Oregon here. I think they are the team of destiny this year. They're that team. They're going to somehow make it to the championship. Now, are they going to win? Maybe not. Are they going to at least make it?
You're thinking of Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin took them to the freaking brink.
Like 16-10.
Yeah, I was a little scared because I think I bet on that game as a gimme. So I was a little nervous. But, yeah, give me Oregon. Chris is sticking with me as well.
Yeah, I'm going to follow you guys, and I'm going to take Oregon as well. Dylan Gabriel is just on a different level right now. I like Penn State's good story. I just don't think they get it done against Oregon.
Hey, DJ.
Oregon's the best team in the country, and I don't even think it's really that close. I feel like they've established themselves as number 1 with a little bit of a gap. And on top of that, James Franklin is Ryan Day just with a worse roster at this point. These are the type of games
slightly better offensive coaching.
It just doesn't quite pull through. I'll take Oregon. You can make a case Dan Lanning is the best coach in college football this year, not taking in like resumes past years. So I don't want to.
Oh no, I'm running with that train. I'm a big Dan Lanning.
He is that dude. And it's like what we joked about when we talked about them versus Ohio State. They have the better quarterback and the better head coach. That's going to win you probably 85 to 90% of your games. Yeah. So, and in this case, especially, they have the better everything else too.
The only quarterback I take over him in a quarterback head to head is barely going to make the playoff or not make it at all because of SEC bias. But as you know, Dylan Gabriel is the best quarterback left in the college football playoff. So there you go.
Probably, yeah. And if he's not, they have the best head coach available. So you put that too with an already top 5 roster. That's a tough team.
Great defensive line too.
Like that's a tough team to beat. And on top of that, if you're going to beat them, you can't have a coach that historically loses these games, unfortunately. Unless Tyler Warren's going to rush for 250, receive for 250, and throw for 3 touchdowns himself. If he's going to do that, then maybe you have a chance.
There we go. Nathan, sir. Quack Attacker, the PSU. PU.
Growing up, I was a big Disney kid. Still am. And my favorite character it's not Mickey Mouse. It's actually Donald Duck. So give me the Oregon Ducks.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, brought that full circle. Very nice.
Yeah. We clean sweep for Oregon, which means this might be our loss this week. Now going to the Sham Bowl because this game is a sham because the refs against Miami were pulling for this. The conference was pulling for this. Give me SMU by 50. I want Clemson stomped out like what James Gandolfini did to the guy who hit on Meadow Soprano. Just absolutely go through. They don't deserve to be in this playoff. They don't even deserve to be ranked. They're a terrible football team. They've barely beaten teams. And you put them against the actual team who should be in this, Miami runs them up by 30. Clemson's a freaking joke. Kate Klubnik's terrible. So give me SMU, Rhett Lashley, who, by the way, is petitioning for Miami to make the playoff. Shout out to our former OC. Love this guy. He's the best. Yeah, I my hatred of Clemson is fully showing here. I do not think they even deserve to sniff the playoff, much less even have a shot at it. So give me SMU by about 30.
Yeah, Clemson royally screwed me last week in our pick'ems. I could have had a perfect week. I could have had $1,000 on my parlay, and they just absolutely screwed me to South Carolina. I am going to take SMU, and it's all personal.
Go Ponies!
I'm honestly surprised you waited until like the 9th different thing on that list to talk about Cade Klubnik. That's usually where you start things and work your way back. So
usually, you know what? I was running off emotion. We've had this conversation. I think we had this conversation on the show, at the Airbnb in Canton where I said Cade Klubnik is a bad quarterback.
And every single time Clemson comes up on this show too. That's what that every single time we start with that. Not arguing. I'm saying he's the second worst major well-known college quarterback behind Carson Beck. That being said,
I think Carson I take over him because Carson just wins. It makes no sense how he does it, but he wins.
Georgia wins. Carson Beck's along for the ride. We saw it with Stetson.
If you put Cade Klubnik on Georgia tomorrow, they have a 5-loss record.
I will agree to disagree there because either way, we're pointing out the fact that he is not good. And Clemson, yeah, they're not beating SMU, I don't think. Like, SMU is actually just really, really good. Them and Miami would have been a very close competitive game, I think.
Yeah, the SEC screwed up by trying to mess with this game.
Like, SMU is really, really good. So I'm going to take SMU. I'm not going to take it by 30 or 50. I'll take them by like 14, though. Clemson's.
Brett Lashley has a weird love for Miami, even after he left. I feel like he'll take this one personally, kind of like how Syracuse's guy was like, hey, Dabo, we did one for you. I hate Syracuse head coach, by the way. I can't wait till he's fired in 2 years for after Cal, because he's only good because of Kyle McCord, who, by the way, Ohio State owes a serious, I'm sorry, too.
How would you said that at this time last
year? Ohio State, I have partially to blame for this because if they just let Kyle McCord develop, they're probably in this title game against Oregon.
It's hilarious because if you look at Ohio State, they're the opposite of Oregon, where they have an NFL roster across the board, but you have Tim Tebow at quarterback, but not college Tim Tebow, NFL Tim Tebow at quarterback. And then you have
do not insult college Tim Tebow like that.
No. That's why I made distinguish. College Tim Tebow, top 5 player all time. NFL Tim Tebow, well.
This dude is the Dollar Tree version of college Tim Tebow.
We're not even going to put him in the conversation of college Tim Tebow. My point being, he has NFL
clearance out Ocean State job lot.
2020 Carson Wentz, but with an incredible roster.
Wow. Jeez. All right.
See, we're going overboard. My point being, SMU, I'll take it by 14.
All right. Nathan, you rolling with the ponies, or you going with those weenies from Death Valley?
Take the weenies, just so we have to say
it.
Chris is going with the weenies, by the way.
Nah, I go SMU.
Yeah!
They beat my boys last week, which is fine, but
it's
go
personal,
Bears.
But it's not personal.
SMU, dude, I watch them play. They're fun to watch, man.
Go Bears.
Rhett Lashley's offense is just fun. I got to experience it, obviously, during the Manny Diaz era. But, dude, they score so fast, and they score efficiently. There's no wasted plays. It's kind of almost like a Madden offense where it's just like you're like, wait, how the hell did they get down the field in 3 plays? So, yeah, there we go. So now we're going to pro football. We are picking tonight's game. I hate doing that, but this week in the NFL was terrible. So, Packers-Lions. I'll lead it off. Come on, man. Got our first win on Thanksgiving, man. We didn't blow it. Even if Jameer tried to give away our play calls on the board doing a stupid tick dance, we're go Lions. Biting kneecaps. Give me the Lions here. All right, MCDC's got them rolling. Fear MC. This is not the game they lose. The game they lose is in Buffalo in 2 weeks. Are they going to Buffalo? Or
the Packers are having a very solid year despite not having a fully healthy Jordan Love, and having Malik Willis step in for a handful of games. They're still finding ways to get it done. They're still winning games. They're still very much in playoff contention. They're going to make the playoffs, obviously. But, the Lions are on a roll. It's going to be close. It's going to be tough. It's a divisional game. It's never not going to be it's never going to be a runaway kind of game. But I think the Lions, especially at home, I think they get this done tonight. I'm going to take Detroit over the Packers.
What scares me is I'm 0-5 this year on Thursday and Friday night. 1-5. My one pick in the 6-pack that's gone through is the Eagles being the Commanders a few weeks ago. So usually it's teams I actually really like and root for. They end up winning. So I do actually root for the Lions when the Eagles are not on. So there you go. So MCDC, we're going for it, brother. Deej?
I'm going to take the
he did a very schwanky button up on today.
We had investors visiting the workplace today and the CEO, so I had to make sure I wasn't ugly just in case they wandered by. So
it's a nice shirt, man. I was just giving you
very, very tight. Like this top button is strangling me right now. It's
DJ's pets just popping out, bro. All them push-ups.
Like right now, it's like Aziz Al-Shire grabbing sacking Tom Brady a couple years ago. It's strangling me around the neck right now. Too soon? Okay, too soon. But I'm going to take the opposite approach. I'm going to take the Packers, especially to cover on this one. Detroit's awesome, but those injuries are mounting, especially on the defensive side. And they've slowed down a little bit the last couple of weeks. I think more or less they are due, and the Packers need this one. Detroit's fine. They don't need it as much. So I think Green Bay is going to kind of need it, especially because they haven't beat any of the three teams they're going to be competing in the playoffs with, between the Lions, the Vikings, and the Eagles. They've lost all three of those. You're going to need to take one of them. So I'm going to take the Packers in this one. Really, really close though. And then Lions might be looking at the Bills coming up too. Bit of a
So here's the thing is, I think this is more, it's going to affect them next week playing the Bills where they're going to lose. I'll give you a prediction right now. I think the Lions lose to the Bills next week. It's in Ford Field, but I think this week, because it's a rivalry game. You know how many Thursday Night Football games I've watched the Lions fight to the death against Aaron Rodgers and lose in the last play? Everyone remembers the Richard Rodgers Hail Mary. I'm telling you right now, I think they're going to give all their effort to this game. They're going to literally leave it all on the field. And next week is going to be the start of when you're going to start seeing the tripping. I don't think it's this week.
I'll say if they win today, then they lose to Buffalo.
I'm already putting money on Buffalo to win next week.
But I think if they lose today, then they find a way to get done against Buffalo. I think they're going to 1-1 regardless.
Give me Buffalo plus -10 regardless of tonight's game next week. I think Buffalo is going to catch them slipping at home because this game is going to take a lot of energy out of them regardless of the outcome. Nathaniel, who you taking?
Roar. Go Lions.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.
What were you gonna say? Were you gonna make like a cheese whiz sound if you're picking the Packers? I'm really curious now.
Nah, it'd be like a mouse. Because mouse and cheese and
my god.
Tom and Jerry, yeah. I like that show.
That was a great show.
Tom and Jerry was well before your time.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Nate probably watched the PC version where Tom identifies as a he/him or whatever.
No.
No, I watched the grown-up Tom and Jerry. You watch your mouth.
No, who watched the Tom and Jerry with his blood violence and screaming cats? Speaking of which, he got up and moved. Just say we could have a weekly ghost pick.
I say, is Ghost playing Tom and Jerry right now with one
No, actually, oh my god, he was on Tuesday night. It was so funny. My I love my father to death, man, but he's yelling, "Ghost got a mouse!" And I just see him walking around with just a mouse about the size of this light bulb right here, just in his mouth, and just literally just walking around growling at anybody who came near him. And then he puts it down to play with it while it's bleeding. I'm like, you're a sick little psychopath. He's just not even trying to bite it. He's just chasing it in circles and trapping it underneath this area. It got away. My father had enough of hearing the mouse squeak, so he just walked out with, I think it was a broom or a tennis racket or something, just whacked it right on the floor, put it out of its misery. But I was just like, and my cat, I think, was just sitting there for about 20 minutes just staring at it. He goes, "You killed it." All right, but yeah, I guess the mouse thing works. Chris, I believe, took the Packers. Yep, he did. I hate all of Chris's picks tonight. Usually I do pretty good when me and Chris go opposites. So, yeah, there you go. Next up, revenge game for Justin Herbert, or the Chiefs continue to win by literally the hair on their nuts. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah, forget the skin of the teeth. It's all about
straight. We're going straight to the huevos here. There's nothing. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They needed a ref to make a technicality call for them to beat the Raiders last week.
Yeah,
the rocket ship was going off, brother. Brock Bowers is like the next new type. He is better than Sam Laporta, and it's not even close. Like, his Brock can actually separate, which is scary.
He'll be the best tight end in football indisputably by this point next year. If he already isn't, he's already in that conversation. But this point next year, he'll be the best.
I drafted him in you and Kelsey's league and in my cousin league. God bless him, because he's the only reason I won last week in both leagues.
So I stand by still being upset that we took Olu Fashanu over him.
Olympic fashion?
Not that it probably would have made a difference.
I know he probably would have been. He probably would have gotten hurt on that MetLife turf.
Yeah. Yeah,
Matt, we'll take you as a temporary Eagles fan if you want to root for another green team for the rest of the season.
Dude, I don't know. It's hard to not be a Lions fan, even if you're not a Lions fan, obviously.
Oh, no. Like, listen, if there's only 2 teams I would allow, I'd be okay with winning it all. Besides, of course, it's Josh Allen and the Fighting Haley Steinfeld. I'm sorry, Bills, and the Lions. That's it. I don't care about Lamar. I don't care about like Patrick Mahomes or Baker or Jordan Love or Sam Darnold. I mean, Sam Darnold winning for the Super Bowl would be hilarious. Honestly, also Vikings Super Bowl figure. My father would be I would honestly like DJ, but you guys aren't making the playoffs. If you do, you're gonna get smoked the first round.
Winning 4 in a row and going on a run, winning ugly as hell the rest of the way.
Listen, you guys
That's
are gonna make the
true.
playoffs and have to play Buffalo in the first round or Kansas City. You're gonna get killed. But it's okay because you know what?
Patrick Mahomes is 0-3 against the Colts.
Yeah, in the regular season.
Yeah. And he hasn't played them in the playoffs since 2018.
You want to go to Arrowhead in January? With Anthony Richardson, be my guest.
It's going to be cold, and Anthony Richardson's going to just be running like a brick house. He's going to go 10 of 27 for like 160 yards, a touchdown and a pick with 2 rushing touchdowns, and win 22-21.
All right, we got to pick this freaking game. Maddie, who you taking?
I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs here. I like the Chargers. I like the Harbaugh. I think it's a nice story. I think they're outperforming the expectations that they were having. I just think the Chiefs are going to find a way to get this game done legally, illegally. Something's going to happen. Chiefs are going to win.
I think this Chiefs team is the 2012 Packers. Coming off of a Super Bowl victory, going 15-1, and just getting murdered in the playoffs. This Chargers team, Chiefs team. The problem is with the Chargers, you took away their most explosive playmaker. Dobbins is out for what, 3 more weeks? I mean, listen, I will take the Gus Bus for my fantasy team all day because I took him in a trade that got me that I lost Nick Chubb in. But honestly, I think the Chargers keep us close. But I think this game is when Harbaugh really realized, like, hey, listen, Jalen Reagor, Josh Palmer, and Quentin Johnston and Lab McConkey are not a receiving core. That's a Madden Ultimate Team starter pack roster.
Well, no. White Chris Olave deserves to be recognized as a receiver number 1.
Does he have as many concussions as Olave yet? I don't know if he's earned that jurisdiction.
Fair point, but I just when their athletic profiles are identical, so that's the only reason I went with that one. But I'll go and take the Chargers to guarantee to cover. I'll go and take them to win this one. The Chiefs always lose a division game they should win. They should have done that last week. It's bound to carry over this week, so I'll take the Chargers this week for fun. If Lad McConkey plays, he is a little banged up, so if he doesn't play, never mind. But I'll say if he does play, they find a way. Eventually, the luck's got to run out for at least a week.
Who do the Chargers have next week? I mean, who do the Chiefs have next week? I believe
the Chargers have the Bucks at home, and the Chiefs have the Browns in Cleveland.
JMO!
Get famous in Kansas City.
DJ, you're gonna make me repick this, aren't you? You know
nope,
what?
Because you already picked the Chiefs and we're rolling with it.
No, it's not your co-host. You're not the kiss of death on picks. You know what? I'm gonna go with the nerd here. Give me the Chargers. It's only fitting that I drop Justin Herbert and he probably goes off this week. That's also, true. Like you said, the Chiefs are bound to lose one stupid in-season game. And it was supposed to be last week. I think the NFL's like, you got to lose one, buddy. I'm sorry. 16-1 is not going to fly. This would be the worst 16-1 team ever to exist in NFL history. So, yeah, give me the Chargers here. I got to go across the grain here. Nathan.
It would be the only 16-1 team in history. So, yeah, it'd definitely be the worst.
Whatever. You know what I meant.
No, don't get mad. That was hilarious. Go ahead, Nate.
No, I know you're right, though.
It's in Kansas City. No, man. The refs can't screw this up. Even the Chargers. No,
Nate, you jinxed us. Damn it.
Wait, did anyone choose this as an upset yet? I know someone did, didn't they?
This doesn't count.
Right. Wait,
it's only -1. You gotta flip it. It's minus the Chargers are on the road, and they're yeah.
Right.
The only game that counts as an upset is our next one.
Got it.
And Chris shanked all of us by taking the only upset in college football for the playoffs. This is why I hate when he doesn't show up on the show, because he always picks the upset everyone wants. And it's like, dude, well, he's getting boozed up, and that guy, he's probably already been apprehended by security. All right. Speaking of apprehended by security, Bill's going to L.A. Joshy Poo's wife gets to watch it from the comfort of her outside of her house. I think she's a California girl. Something in my head's telling me she is. Anyway, give me the Bills. I tried to think of a way for the Rams to win this game, and I actually was starting to get scared of the Rams. And then I watched Saquon Barkley busted for 255 against them, and Jalen Hurts looked like he's barely trying in that game. Yeah, the Rams aren't that great of a team. Just Seattle makes them look great because Seattle find ways to shoot themselves in the foot. So give me the Bills here. I think this game is going to be closer than it should. Like give me the Rams to cover, but I think the Bills will win here. I think they're going to be looking forward to Detroit next week, but they'll still find a way to win because they have the better quarterback, they have the better running back. Yeah, I'd say better running back. They don't have better receivers, but they have a better tight end, better defense, minus Cam Kitchens. It's my dog right there. Shout out. Yeah, so that, give me Bills here.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to pick the Rams as an upset. I've been trying. I just can't convince myself. No. It's going to be the Bills. Bills are going to win this game.
Every time I think the Rams are actually about to turn a corner, like, oh, they're ready, here they come, they end up kind of falling off a little bit. So I'm kind of hard-pressed to pick them again. So I'm going to lean towards the Bills as well. I think the Rams it's just kind of that off year. And Sean McVay, every time they have like a playoff caliber run, a Super Bowl run, the next year they're just absolutely dominant.
Last week. Or no, his conversation in August, you were like, we were doing our NFL previews, you're like, nope, this is going to be the year the Rams fall off. I'm
like, that's what, when me and Kelsey, our prediction, that's why I had them at the bottom of the division too, which might be a little bit wrong now thanks to the 49ers. But until I see it from them, I'm going to go and take the Bills as well. I thought last week would have been the trap for the Bills, and they completely cooked the 49ers and ruined taking the under by themselves.
They struggled with the Saints last week, okay?
I just don't think the Rams are quite there despite the very talent around them. Next year, playoff team, just because that's the history of the Rams in the McVay.
Next year, they'll probably figure out some new quarterback to replace Matthew Stafford. So
next year, they'll find a random left guard who's going to be Quentin Nelson 2.0 or something and go on a run.
Facts. Like they're going to like pull like I'm like laughing. Everyone's like, Jerry, why are you so high on Cam Kitchens to the Rams? I'm like, I watched the dude play in college. He's a ball hawk who can lay. He's a ball hawk who can lay a stick. He's going to fit in perfectly in the NFL. But Nathan, is this your upset pick, Bills Rams?
Nope. Nope. Give me the MVP.
For anybody into taking this?
Give me MVP, man. The Rams ain't gonna beat the Bills. You kidding me? No, that MVP under center, the newly engaged MVP, I should say.
Congratulations. He's a guy. He's a king among men. I think Chris is more upset that Josh Allen's taken more than Haley Steinfeld's taken.
Understandable.
Relatable. I'm more upset about the reverse, but to be honest, I was kind of like, you know what? I like Josh Allen. Josh Allen's living the American dream. Smoking hot fiance, who's a famous actress, is a mobile gunslinging quarterback who plays about as reckless as a uncle 15 beers deep at a flag football game.
16 beers deep.
16 mil or high life deep. Not even like a classic.
The way he hurdles people, there's some bush light in there too. Like he doesn't. That's wild. And
he hurdles people like he plays football like I do, about 15 bush lights deep.
Or at least how we think we play. 16 bush lights deep.
Listen, when I play golf hammered, I either I shoot the lights out or I miss hit everything. There's no in between.
That's how Josh plays quarterback sometimes too.
There you go. Oh yeah, so Josh Allen, this next week will be his MVP performance. This one he's gonna struggle. Give me one Cam Kitchens interception, by the way.
It could happen
because he's gonna try to force one into Keon Coleman or to Shakir, and it's just gonna sail, and he's gonna get picked off. It's just gonna happen. All right, we gotta do it. The most painful part of this show this week. Hey, caramba. All right. And the worst part is basically all of us have to take NFL picks because there's only like one possible upset in the college ranks.
UNLV is out there.
Nate, since you're last, I'll give you first dibs. Who you got?
Thank God. All right, let's
Yeah.
look.
No, Nate's gotten screwed over by Chris like 3 or 4 weeks in a row about picking upsets. He's been getting pissed about it. So
Nah, I'm not. I love Chris.
it's okay. You can say it. He's not your coworker once the show starts.
I'll say it for you first.
I
got
Ooh, 4.5.
If it's 4.5 at home, it's an upset.
He's doing it.
Hold on.
He's praying to his Lord and Savior DJ.
Giants over Saints.
Hey! I actually almost took that one. Because that game looks like a shit show. You know what, Nate? I'm going to be rooting for your Giants this week.
I thank you, sir. I'm rooting for you. You know what? Good luck, Saquon. You'll
just
be
say
great.
your birds. It's okay. You don't have to say the full name.
Go Birds.
Or as DJ's weird ass co-host says, the Raptors.
Go Quads.
Yeah, go Quad man. I need a Devontae Smith touchdown, Jalen. You heard me?
I needed Devontae Smith to play last week, so I kind of hate the Eagles right now for that.
Listen, I could have told you should have just texted me. I had a buddy told me, he's like, Jerry's not playing. He's not playing. I benched him on Wednesday.
But all the Thursday night games kind of confused me, so I forgot to put Keenan Allen in the spot.
DJ, if you ever need injury news for an Eagle, text me. I will tell you what's going on unless I'm playing.
Well, I anticipate him not playing. It's just I also had Keenan Allen who played on Thursday, not on Sunday, so I didn't have the person to substitute him because he already played.
Oh, yeah.
That was 24 points left on the bench, so that's what put me in a kerfuffle.
Maddie, how you feeling right now? What are you looking at?
Raiders, Bucks.
I've got an upset. They're plus 5.5 at home. And in honor of Mr. Kelsey, I'm taking the Cowboys over the Bengals.
It went to 5.5?
Yeah.
That atrocious defense. I mean, I like it. I like it a lot.
Rico Dowdle is going to go off on this Bengals defense.
The Bungles.
They're going to rule the jungle. But from outside the jungle.
Well, not this week. But.
Damn, the Panthers line jumped up a whole point. Phew! It was 12.5 when the show started. It's up to 13.5 right now. Almost a college line. That's kind of scary. All right, boys. So my nominees, there's 3 nominees. Browns, Steelers, Falcons, Vikings, Raiders, Bucks.
I like Browns, Steelers.
I am liking that one too.
Same.
Am I going to sink and die with Jameis here?
Famous.
At least if it goes downhill, you'll feel good about it because he'll just make you feel good about it.
Stealing crab legs and throwing picks. We're going with the Browns, baby.
It's about time there's something to smile about with Cleveland. Took us 7 weeks to get here.
Actually, no, hold on.
Well, that's fun.
Why is this Falcons-Vikings game just staring at me?
Because you think you're getting Kirk Cousins, but instead you think you're getting Kirk Chains, but you're getting Cole's Cousins. The man can't even hand off the ball going to the left.
You're going to get Wrangler Kirk Cousins, not 2 Chains Kirk Cousins.
You're not getting swag surfing Kirk Cousins. You're getting Cole's Cash Kirk Cousins from the Netflix.
Man, I got that swag.
This would be the game he would light him up.
Until he can actually take the snap from under center and go to his left, I will not believe it.
How the Vikings barely won last week, right? Yeah, they barely beat the Cardinals. They barely beat the Bears. They were in a way too close game with the Jaguars. They barely beat the damn. They're winning games by close margins.
The Falcons are losing by big margins.
I know, but the Jameis game is scaring me.
Scared money don't make money.
Exactly. Because basically, if I don't start catching up to Matt, I'm in second right now. I'm down by 11 to Matt. I'll get a point or two from beating if I win the fantasy title, but like that's not gonna be enough because Matt's not getting a point because it's basically unless Matt has a miracle comeback and beats me or Chris, he's not getting a point or two. So I got to make up ground this week. So Damn it. I can't pick against my old man's team. Give me the Browns.
When you do upsets and gimmies, does the upset count if they cover, or do they have to win outright?
They have to win it straight up.
I would
That's
say
where
that because that Eagles-Panthers line is awfully tempting. That's a lot of points.
That is way too many points. But the only thing I'm thinking is if the Eagles defense comes out and just starts abusing Bryce Young early, and they pull Jalen, which they've done twice this year now, and they'll just put in Kenny Pickett for the final quarter and a half, I could see the Panthers starting to make up ground and cover.
And there's also the weird opportunity that the Eagles just don't come out firing too, and the Panthers let it stay close.
Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to avoid.
I'm just saying, like that's
they do
tempting.
play.
You
the
could
last
hedge your bet
hard
and
game
take
in their
it.
schedule is next week. They play Pittsburgh next week.
Exactly.
Pittsburgh, who's playing their third game in 10 days, which is wild to me.
Exactly. The Eagles are looking forward to the battle for Pennsylvania, and they look over the lonely little kids from South Carolina, and the middle schoolers somehow surprises them.
There you go. You know what? I'm still going to take the Browns here in their second game of the three game stretch here. Yeah, I'm going to take them. So give me the Browns. I think this is where the NFC, the AFC East the AFC North cannot be won that easily. So, but the NFL game is about to kick off. Two Packers Lions actually did kick off. Lions have the ball. So quickly before we go, gentlemen, first touchdown picks. Who you taking for first touchdown?
Montgomery.
Give me Amon Rizzi.
Give me Brock Wright just to annoy people. Mostly
I like
me and people.
Brock
Give me
Wright.
Tim Patrick.
Ooh.
Josh Jacobs.
Oh, okay.
I would
see what
screw me in fantasy, Nate, so we're not going to do that.
Give me Bo Scarborough. Give me
Yes, Bo Scarborough.
Give me
Greatest
Sam
football name.
Oh, give me Skipper. They actually get the eligibility right this time.
Dan Skipper. No, no. Give me finally Penei Sewell. He finally gets in the end zone.
He throws the touchdown to Skipper. They execute it this week.
Watch
Charlie Batch signs a
J-Mo.
1-day deal, runs it in.
We got Monty's on the move already. Woof.
They bring in
David Montgomery. Talk about a guy who literally has resurrected his career in a new spot. David Montgomery has become he's like the underrated guy nobody's talking about. Like him coming to Detroit with Gibbs has been kind of like the best thing for his career. Where did he start his career?
He was in Chicago, and he was good in Chicago. Just no one cared because it was Chicago.
Exactly.
But now he's the exact same player, but people care, and it's awesome. He was this good at Iowa State too.
Chicago.
I remember that from Iowa State.
Chicago does what they usually do, which is try and mask or fix a position that doesn't need to be masked or fixed, and then they just hence Jeremy Langford, Khalil Herbert, Tariq Cohen. Nobody needed to replace David Montgomery.
Tariq Cohen, talk about a career that just done too soon. So much fun.
So good until those knees exploded.
So much fun, man. All right. I got nothing else except the ACC the CFB committee are clowns, but this isn't my name. You can find DJ and our boy Kelsey, the Thanos of parlays, at everything High-Low Sports. They just dropped a live episode yesterday. You can find me, Matt, and Nate, and of course the globetrotting comedian Chris at All Things Corner Booth Pod. The show will be back on Monday. Keep in mind our Corner Booth Christmas party will be on the 18th. Hopefully Kelsey and DJ can make it there to stop by, say hello, enjoy some merriment, and then dip. They don't have to be there for the full show this time. But yeah, so there you go. Corner Booth Christmas party is Thursday the 18th. I believe it's Thursday. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you have an amazing weekend. Stay warm. It's a little cold and snowy up here in the Northeast and the Midwest. We will catch you guys on Monday. Shout out to our sponsors, Canips, SeatGeek, and Righteous Felon. Deuce.